Hello again, YouTube land. I know it's been quite a while since I've posted, well, a while in terms of how often I usually post. Um, Life has been life, really. Surprisingly busy and an unexpected way. Um, to the obvious first. Yes, my hair looks different. Um, as I posted a while back, I had been growing it out and finally cut it and mailed it for Locks of Love. A couple weeks ago, I got my obligatory postcards of appreciation acknowledging the donation from Locks of Love. They're sitting over my computer right now. Well, since then, I'd gotten it cut as short as you saw, and I was very happy and just let it be for about a month. But my hair grows remarkably fast. Not surprisingly, it's more noticeable the shorter my hair is. So I felt the need for another haircut because it was getting long enough that a hairbrush was becoming a requirement, and that's just too long for my patience. So I went to get it cut, and I decided to change the color. Now, right now it probably looks like I've got product in it and it's, spiked up and fluffed and whatever. I swear to you, I have no product in my hair. This is just what my hair does. The shorter it is, it naturally has a punk-esque fashion to it. It's the weight of length that makes it swoopy and floppy and all that. So, why did I choose this hair color? Honestly, it's the closest to my natural hair color, believe it or not. I was born strawberry blonde, and technically this is called copper, but it doesn't look copper to me. I mean, we saw my in-laws recently, since I had it done. My mother-in-law went, "That's a nice shade of red." Okay, technically you could call it a version of ginger, but not really. It's technically on the darker end of the blonde spectrum. It's not really, in my opinion, part of the red spectrum. Although, to be fair, my opinion is worth about a grain of salt because I'm not a professional hairstylist or colorist. So, yeah. Enough with the obvious. Life in recent days and weeks. Well, the most recent thing is that the elevator has been a flaming bitch. On Saturday, I went to take Rizzo out for like his third walk of the day, mid-afternoon, and it was, see, Saturday, my in-laws came. Sorry, I'm having a throat problem. My in-laws came, and we went and we got a couple of things done with them, including having something to eat. And then they went to pick up Sam's brother, who was coming into town over the weekend. That's Saturday afternoon. His brother wanted to come and meet our dog. For reasons I don't understand, it's not worth it to make the effort to come to Queens to visit us, but it's worth it to come to Queens straight from Penn Station to meet the dog. I'm not sure how insulted I should be by that, but I'm relatively confident an insult is implied. In any event, we got done with them, they dropped us off, went to go pick up Sam's brother. In between that time frame, we're talking like an hour, about 10 minutes after we got home, I took Rizzo out for his walk because he was due for a walk. And we get in the elevator, we get halfway down from the 6th floor, and on the 3rd floor, a lady opens the door, sees us, decides she doesn't want to ride in the elevator with the dog, who's nothing but happy, friendly, and smiling, panting at my feet. So about 5 seconds after she opens the door and sees us, she lets the door close. Well, that was long enough for the elevator to decide, "I'm done." We were stuck in the elevator for a half a freaking hour. Now, I'm not claustrophobic, and because I didn't panic, the dog didn't panic. He wanted to go out, he needed his walk, But he wasn't so desperate that he couldn't hold it, which is good. But I called Sam, told him what was going on. He was back up here in the apartment. Because we had gotten stopped on the 3rd floor, the lady who had opened and subsequently shut the door went and knocked on the super's door, because that's his floor. And he had to figure out what the hell to do, because earlier that same day, the technician had already been because the elevator had gotten stuck once, fortunately with nobody in it. So it took about a half hour to get in touch with the guy who was now all the way in Brooklyn and couldn't get here in an expedient manner. And Lewis figured it out. I was able to get out of the elevator with a bit of leverage and elbow grease on my part. Sam had come down, and as soon as I got out, I gave him the leash and I said, it's going to mean taking 6 flights of stairs. I can't do it. You got to take him for his walks as long as the elevator's out of service. Alright, fine. It was the weekend. He had the time. So the rest of that day, Saturday, the elevator didn't work. Sunday, elevator didn't work. Technician was supposed to come back Monday. Well, lo and behold, Tuesday night, the elevator goes out again. And every single time I have to leave this building, when the elevator's not working, I have to go down and then subsequently up 6 flights of stairs. Now, in New York, a 6-story walk-up is not unheard of. It's not unusual. Sam and I used to live in one in our old neighborhood. We lived on the 3rd floor, but they exist. Well, we live on the 6th floor now, which is the top floor of the building. The problem is, I have severe structural issues. And finally yesterday, it all caught up with me, and I had a flare-up of sciatica that, honest to God, crippled me for the day. I mean, crippled me. I'm up at 5 to take Rizzo for his first walk. By the time we came back up, I couldn't. I woke Sam and I told him, you gotta stay home from work. I can't. I can hardly walk around the apartment, let alone walk him, including, not limited to going up and down 6 flights of stairs. I can't do it. I can't. 3-4 walks a day? I can't. Another reason I have sciatica is, as I said, I am structurally damaged. Like, seriously, from the ground up. I have plantar fasciitis in both feet. I have early stage arthritis in both knees. And until a couple years ago, I never knew it, but recent x-rays demonstrated that I have a narrowing of my spinal column at both ends. So between the area of the lower lumbar and the C5-6 vertebrae, my spine noticeably narrows, which explains all of the nerve pain I've been having all my life. So doing all of this stair climbing, irregardless of my current weight, is going to be a problem for me. Well, suffice to say, it got fixed, and I had Sam stay home yesterday, but it does mean that he has to go in to cover up the gap on Sunday to make up the hours. He doesn't have to. He has enough earned paid time off. But he's one of those people where he's like, I'm the only one who does this, and I'm the only one who knows what the hell I'm doing, and no one else knows how to do it the way I do it, and if I don't go in at some point to cover what was missed, it's all going to get fucked up further on, and it's going to domino, and alright, fine, whatever. I don't want to deal with him being excessively stressed out about work while we're on vacation. Which is the segue to my next topic. Our vacation is going to be this coming week, so I'm not going to post, probably. But our friend Tyler is going to be here. He's going to stay with the pets and, walk Rizzo and such, which is nice. We're going to figure out how much and what form of payment is due. And as usual, I've offered to pay him in food. So that's good. The difference with this vacation is that A, it was supposed to be last month, but Tyler wasn't available to watch them. And B, because it's this month instead, we chose the week that ends with our wedding anniversary. So we're actually squashing 2 vacations into one. What is going on with my throat? Excuse me. Holy hell. Yeah, so our anniversary is the 23rd. And that's our 2-year wedding anniversary. So we're going to go visit my family in Maine, and then the last couple of nights we're going to stop in Connecticut on the way home for our time. So that's nice. And I'm looking forward to it. Not only because I miss my family and I like visiting them twice a year like we do, but just because, there's only so much of the same thing that you can take every single day. Sometimes you gotta get a good distance away from it. I've got a list up here on my screen about things I should cover since I haven't posted in a while. So let's see, what have I covered? Haircut, vacation, elevator, back pain, anniversary. The other anniversary that's coming up is my dad and technically stepmom, my mom, their wedding anniversary, 10-year anniversary, is about, I think it's October 19th, 18th. It's a few days shy of a month after ours, although they got married several years before we did. So one of those nights I want us to go out for an all-together early anniversary dinner together while we're visiting. But yeah, let's see what else. Also in October is Comic-Con, which we're looking forward to for sure. But because Tyler is going to Comic-Con as well, he and I both have 4-day passes. I'm gonna need to Sam and I are gonna need to figure out doggy daycare of a fashion for Rizzo, because he has work and I'm gonna be with Tyler at Comic-Con, and I want to make sure that Rizzo is taken care of during that time. Tribble, I don't like leaving either of them alone, and I certainly don't like separating them because they've bonded now. His tail's wagging. He knows I'm talking about him. But I don't want to trap him in the house. I mean, the only thing I could really do is crate him, and I'm going to be gone for quite a few hours each day, and he's used to going out for walks every 5-6 hours. Can he wait longer? Yes. I don't know that I want to ask him to do that, though, so it's a complicated thing. My brain is still working on it as I'm talking now, so I gotta figure it out. What else? Done a lot of cooking and canning recently. As I've mentioned before, I do make things to be canned for like preservation for later and stuff. I recently made some strawberry jam that I haven't cracked open yet. I made a batch of pesto, one of which I'm giving to my dad when we go. I made a batch of red sauce, basic red sauce, pasta sauce, gravy, whatever you want to call it. And that seems to have come out pretty well. The only thing that Sam said to me is that if we were to give it to any of his relatives, I would need to change one basic thing about how I make it. Because what I do is I caramelize and saute the initial aromatics, the onion and the garlic, in bacon grease, which is you save bacon grease for the purpose of using in such a manner with other recipes. And he said that would be the only thing he would change, is that in that very first step where you're doing that with the vegetable aromatics, use vegetable oil instead of bacon, because technically speaking his family's Reform, but a fair few of them actually do keep kosher. So I don't know. My side of the family is primarily German Italian. I never really dealt with any of my Jewish relatives except my grandmother. So to me, bacon is one of the food pantheon hierarchy. I love bacon. I love ham. I love barbecue pork. It doesn't occur to me. I mean, the only seafood I ate growing up was clam and shrimp. to this day. So, doesn't occur to me, but whatever. It is what it is. But that actually came out pretty good. I mean, it's basic. There's no meat, there's no special vegetable mix or herb mixture or whatever like that. It's just, onion, garlic, tomatoes, the bacon grease I saute the vegetables in, dried oregano, salt, a bit of sugar. The thing that I added that was special was a bit of balsamic of Medina. Real balsamic. It's actually really quite good. Sam says it's better if the pasta is lightly buttered. It seems to enhance the flavor profile somehow, for him anyway. But yeah, so that's about it. I'm sure there's more to say about Comic-Con, and I know there's more on my list related to Comic-Con, but I've already been talking quite a bit to catch everything up, so I'll save the rest of it for tomorrow's posting. And hope you get to have as relaxing a day as the pets are having. I've got one asleep in the bathroom sink, the cat, not surprisingly. And Rizzo passed out on the floor next to me here, between me and the front door, because God forbid I go out without taking him with me. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow and finish the catching up thing, because Comic-Con's going to be a ramble. I know it's going to be a ramble.